Now, I want to go to Daniel chapter 3, and I really like this story. I'm telling three different stories. One is going to be in the New Testament. But Daniel chapter 3, verses 22 through 28. So I'm going to be reading, so Daniel chapter 3, verse 22 is where I'm beginning. But this is a story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I forgot how Pastor Henry said that he referred to them as a child, but it was funny. Something about a bungalow. Okay. Okay. His shack, my shack, and a bungalow. Okay. That's what he would refer to them. Now, I think a lot of you know this story, but I really want to focus on the conclusion of the story as well. So verse 22 of Daniel chapter 3 says, "Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. That's Jesus, as God the Word. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire, and the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was the hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. But this is what's really neat is now granted that was awesome, but I really like Nebuchadnezzar's words. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him. But now look at what it says next, and have changed the king's word. Now, I want to make sure that we as believers are not afraid of the edicts of man. If you believe that what people are saying is wrong, now here's the challenge. I don't know if I like this part of the challenge, but you have to be willing to go in the furnace. If they say, here's the consequence, okay, you might have to deal with the consequence. But there has to be a faith that it will not hurt you. Do we have that faith? Because, dare I say, if we allow God to do it, here's the next thing that it says here, and have changed the king's word. That says, that was God saying, I'm the real king. You're not in charge here. I am. You can't change. I want these men alive. You are not going to kill them. That's a powerful thing. And now here's what's interesting. And yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. See, there has to be a place that we don't believe we're victims of circumstance. We don't believe we're a victim of, because here's the reality. No man is God. All the people who are pretending to be God, I'll tell you something, they're all going to die one day, and they're all going to stand before either the Father or before the Lord Jesus. They're not going to escape it. No man can escape this conclusion.